Today, the entire team of the year is in packs, and the market crash has already started. On top of that, we have a new season, new investments, and a lot of stuff to cover. Welcome to Trading to Glory. If you're looking to buy cheap and reliable FC24 coins, look no farther than my partner FUTLOOT, and use my code ELITE, ELYYT, for an extra 6% at checkout. Season 4, Act number 1, called Fanfare, has now joined the game, and we've got 20 levels that only last 20 days, and to be honest, it's not the greatest season that we've had so far. Pretty standard. You get an 84 plus times 20 or an 87 times 4. I'm not really sure if the 87 times 4 is worth it in this case. I normally do take the reward that has the higher rating, but you do only get 4 versus 20 cards. If you're crafting any SBC, you might as well go with the 84 plus times 20. That's if you're not going with Bergkamp as a center mid, which at this point in the game, and even 20 days from now, I just don't think that that's going to be fitting the meta. Nonetheless, you get a few packs along the way. You don't have too many choices unless you get to level 19 or 20. That's when you have a choice between the packs. But overall, there's not a lot to go along with this season. A couple hero cards, a couple of packs, and a lot of Carlos Tevez stuff. I'm not exactly sure why there's so much Carlos Tevez stuff in this season, but I digress. We have got team of this year, full team out later today at 6 p.m. UK, but we've got another day to wait before honorable mentions get into packs. So team of the year, the entire team, you got 22 cards in packs today. You gotta wait until tomorrow before honorable mentions go into packs, and then you have to wait until Sunday before everything's in packs, because that is when the team of the year icons are supposed to be in packs based on what we know of last year and what I've seen around the community. But we actually don't have full confirmation of that. So if EA decide to drop team of the year icons on Friday, I guarantee you, EA, the community will not be opposed to it, because we have saved our packs, and everybody who's had premature epaculation is really impatient with having to save these until Sunday. We've made it this far. We just want to rip open our mega packs, which I'm actually going to rip one open right now. We get a Spanish center back. That is not going to be a team of the year, but it could be Mapi Leon, actually. No, it's Inigo Martinez. Mapi Leon would have been 89 rated. I would have taken that all day. Inigo Martinez is a different story. But with this full team, a lot of people are panicking. They're selling their team of the year cards that they have already in their team or as investments. They're getting rid of all of those cards, and they're listing them onto the market, which is causing them to come down in price, of course. And we've seen some pretty extreme drops on a couple of these cards. Some that we probably didn't expect to drop quite this much in comparison to previous years. On Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, we haven't seen these kind of drops. Messi is down 1.5 million coins. In fact, I saw him at 7.4 million coins just about an hour ago. And then you've got Erling Haaland. This is a card, and one of the only cards other than Van Dijk, which came out yesterday or 2 days ago now. This is the only card that has pretty much only risen since release. He's only gone up in price. He peaked at 6.2 million coins. He's actually come down about 500,000 coins. Everything, and I mean everything, has come down in price, which means that we're getting close to the buy point. If you've wanted to buy a team of the year, you're looking at today and tomorrow, and then your window is gone. They will rise until probably about April. You're safe until at least March, which means that you could buy these cards, use them in your team, and make coins on them while they're in your team, which is not really common in any cycle of Ultimate Team. Most of the time, if you buy an elite card, it's going to drop over time as the meta changes. But for Team of the Years, they're so good that they're going to get past the test of time. They will be good until around March or April. Once you start getting some Team of the Season hype, that's when these cards start dropping, and they really never stop dropping after that. But when you've got 2 months where you could use these cards pretty much risk-free, it's a great idea. And if you want to see exactly how these cards will go up and how much they're going to go up, check out my last video. We talk about all of the cards from last year and how much they actually rose out of packs. We saw cards like Team of the Year Icons double in price. We saw some of these cards like Bellingham last year went from 4 million coins all the way to 7 million coins, etc. Lots of similarities this year as well, especially given the fact that Bellingham is close to the price that he was last year. I think it was slightly cheaper last year, a little bit worse links with that Dortmund Team of the Year than this Real Madrid Team of the Year. But we've got some buy points for these cards. I think with the defenders, you can be a little bit more patient. Wait until Sunday after all the packs have come through, because these cards haven't been in packs for very long. Virgil van Dijk, I'll tell you right now, 9.3 million coins. Do not spend 9.3 million coins on this Virgil van Dijk. You will get a cheaper opportunity soon. But for cards like Messi and for cards like Haaland, there's a question of how much lower can they go. I think a couple 100K, but buying on Friday is the last point that you want to get in on these Team of the Year attackers and honestly, Team of the Year midfielders as well. But let's talk about the Team of the Year icons. How much have these come down and are they going to recover? Well, these cards go back into packs later. And I think that these cards are going to hit their bottom point later in the weekend as well. I'm looking at Sunday night or Monday for these cards. So if you wanted to buy some Team of the Years at the beginning of the weekend and then save some coins for a couple of Team of the Year icons, that may be the way to go. And for those of you working with a lower budget, maybe less than 1 million coins, you've still got cards like Petr Cech that probably will rise over time. If we take a look at what these Team of the Year icons did last year out of packs, the goalkeepers also rose. As you can see, Van der Sar, and you might argue that he might have been super meta last year and that could have contributed to it, but Petr Cech is definitely going to be usable. And with the full chemistry, of course, that definitely helps. 670,000 coins. After he came out into packs, he hit that a couple of times before rising all throughout February. 700K all the way to 1.3 million coins. Now, I'm not coming out here and saying that, Petr Cech's going to come and double in price. He's going to go from 350 to 700. But hitting 450, 500, it's very, very, very possible. And probably, I would go out on a limb and say likely to happen. He's going to hit 450,000 coins. So getting in on those kind of cards, even if you have a lower budget, it's going to follow the same trend as the big cards. But let's say you don't want to put your coins into Team of the Years or Team of the Year icons. There are still some options even today to trade with. One of those cards could be Simakan and Koulibaly. Koulibaly right now at 71,000 coins, maybe going for like 73 or 74 consistently. This card could do very, very well. You got a couple reasons for that. One, you've got N'Golo Kante coming into an SBC in the next couple of days. Now, it doesn't get great links with Koulibaly, but anybody who does want to go to the Saudi Arabian links could potentially go with players like Benzema, Allan Saint-Maximin, and Koulibaly. So, Allan Saint-Maximin, of course, is a card that I think could go up from 71,000 coins, coincidentally, the exact same price. And then Benzema was a card that I've actually invested in at 580K. I listed for 627 just to see if we can sell overnight. And he might actually sell. It's the second cheapest card. These kind of cards could rise just a little bit. But I really like Koulibaly just because of the timing of it. With this Koulibaly card, he just got upgraded to 90 rated. And if you take a look at his graph over the last day, he spiked up to 76 before coming back down after he got upgraded. But now that he's upgraded, you can see there was another spike back up. There's still demand for this card. Now, I'm going to say it is high risk because a lot of these FC Pro cards have dropped after their upgrades. But when we see cards consistently go up and hold their value after their upgrade, what happens is they do something like this. Right here, you can see that Locatelli got his upgrade, and for a day, he didn't even rise. And that was a whole day where he got his upgrade and didn't go up in price. I think we're seeing the same thing with Koulibaly, and over the next couple of days, could do something similar to what Locatelli did. That's not the only example. Daniel Matlin did the exact same thing. The day after he got upgraded, guys, he didn't actually rise a ton. So he went up on Tuesday, right there when he got upgraded. He stayed at 40K for another 2 days before spiking up to 55K. So that was a 15K rise after he had already been upgraded. So remember, he got upgraded right there at 40K and stayed at 40K for another 2 days. Kind of started rising on Thursday, but you get the point. So that is today. Thursday is today, and that's kind of the last opportunity to get in on a couple of these cards like Simakin and Koulibaly. So I think FC Pro cards, still money makers for us. We made a ton of coins last week on Locatelli, like a ton of coins on Locatelli, and given how successful it's been and how similar Koulibaly is moving, I do like that as an investment right now. Again, it is high risk, but if you take a look at Simakin here, his card got upgraded, and right when it got upgraded, it went down in price all the way to 24,000 coins. You've seen a rebound now to 30K. I'm not sure how much I like this. His stats, face card, looks fantastic. 88 rated, can play both fullbacks, all the defensive positions basically. But the play styles kind of throw me off. He does get good links. Could this card do well now that he's 88 rated? It could. But right now, it is probably just a rebound because he dropped so quickly. He could go either direction, which is why I think Koulibaly is slightly more safe than Simakin. Now, don't get me wrong. You can go out and buy Simakin. That is up to you if you want to go Simakin or Koulibaly. Both have risk involved with them. I personally think Koulibaly could be a little bit safer. Now, let me show you some of the leaked cards that we are getting today and on Friday. I guess all of these cards are actually coming out on Friday. This Alexandra Pop is going to be the 12th woman card for the Women's Team of the Year, which could potentially help the price of Oberdorf because it is a hyperlink, given that it's the same club, league, and nation. And Oberdorf is quite cheap now, 590,000 coins. It's a usable card, but it just is impossible to link into teams. This Pop card could actually do really, really well unless you have a ton of icons, which some people do, to be fair. Getting Oberdorf in your team is difficult. But one thing you have to consider is that this Alexandra Pop is going to go in packs as well. So unless you pack Alexandra Pop untradeable, you're probably not going out and buying Oberdorf. That would really be the only reason to get Oberdorf. But what I am saying is that it can't hurt the price of Oberdorf. Then we've got Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, could also bring a little bit of focus towards that Saudi league. But we all know this card's going to be super, super expensive, very hard to pack. I can't see it really moving links very much. Then we've got honorable mentions, and these cards we talked about and how they move last episode. So again, that's a very important episode to watch to know exactly when to buy these cards. But we got Federico Valverde coming as an honorable mention. That card's going to be cracked, and he actually got an honorable mention last year. And I'm going to take a look at that in this episode just because we've got two of the exact same honorable mentions this year as we did last year. Valverde is one of them. Then we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. This card could push down the price of that Trippier card that we saw in the last promo. So if you have that card, I would probably sell. This Alexander-Arnold card, again, it's not going to be super attainable, but it's not also going to be very expensive because there's going to be so many packs opened. This is obviously not one of the marquee cards. And so when it comes down to it, I think these are going to be a couple of the more affordable cards for people to look out for. 86 pace hopefully is a little bit, it's a little higher in what they give him. Then you've got Vinicius Jr., which, again, unbelievable card. This is something that, you pack. You're just excited to pack this, as most Team of the Years, probably more excited to pack this than a lot of the Team of the Years. We've got Mo Salah as well, another great card, and Harry Kane. Very, very deserved right there. And he's already gotten a couple upgrades. He's going to get a 94 coming very, very soon. On Friday, Bernardo Silva is going to be a Team of the Year honorable mention. And then Kim Min-jae is the last one that's going to come out on Friday. But that doesn't mean that those are the only ones that are out, because of course you have Julian Brandt, which came out in objectives just earlier today, and we took a look at a couple of those objectives earlier in the video. So Julian Brandt is actually one of those rewards. Let's rip one more pack right now, and then we're going to take a look at Vinicius Jr., and we're going to take a look at that Federico Valverde from FIFA 23. Costa Rica, center mid. What is this? What is going on here? What is going on here? Rodriguez. I don't think I have packed her ever before. At least I've never noticed that card. Whenever I see Costa Rica, I just automatically assume that it's a cheeky Keylor Navas. The fact that it wasn't just absolutely threw me off. But let's take a look at this Federico Valverde before we wrap up today's video. Team of the Year honorable mention, Federico Valverde last year started at a price of 930,000 coins. He dropped after Friday. He actually got to his low point on Sunday before rising a little bit on Monday and then pretty much not stopping all the way until the end of February when he hit his peak of about 1.2 million coins. So if you were to get in at that low point, 860,000 coins, sell for the high point, 1.17 million coins. Well, you're looking pretty good given the fact that you got to use them in your team for a full month. That card did start dropping in March, so that is something to consider if you are picking up that card this week. And then Vinicius Jr. also had a Team of the Year honorable mention last year, so we can pretty much look at what that did as well, hitting his low point as well on Monday. So the moral of the story is you can flip these cards on Friday if you buy at that right time, but do not hold until that next day. You want to buy on Friday, flip that card, get rid of it, and then wait until about Sunday night or Monday, pick these cards up, and then as they rise throughout February, you're looking great. And this card, Vinicius Jr., went from 2.1 million coins all the way to 3 million coins. So for getting to use that card for a month, you make a profit of 1 million coins. This is the best time of the year to buy. There is nothing that compares to buying cards at the beginning of the full release of Team of the Year. It is the buyer's market, and it is the reason that I'm going into this promo with all of my coins liquid for the most part. I've got a couple of ideas on investments, a couple of flips I'm going to do, but once I buy these Team of the Year cards, I'm going to be sitting with way less coins for the next month because I'm going to put them into my starting 11 in my club. That way I get to use them and they're making coins for me while they sit there. Of course, we're still going to be doing a lot of active trading. I'm not going to put all 11 million coins into those cards, but I'm going to put a lot of them into it because it's a very passive way to make coins and have fun with the cards at the exact same time. So that's basically the message of today's video. And if you guys haven't prepared fully for Team of the Year yet, guys, there are two things that you guys need to check out in the links below, and that is FUTLOOT. If you have no coins right now, FUTLOOT is the way to go. Avoid FC points. They are the devil. And second, you can check out PEPI'S live trading service. It is the last couple of days for you guys to get in for €5 before it goes back up in price to, I believe, €25 a month. So get in for €5 for a free trial. Down below, live trading service that sends notifications to your phone, and you can make coins this weekend with Team of the Year's full release. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.